Before we take a look at the FlexiTrade Position Manager in action, let's check out some of the main user inputs in the EA Properties window. The FlexiTrade EA was designed to permit a flexible range of trading styles and user options for order types, reward settings and risk parameters. It's very easy to apply to a chart, it's adaptable to changing market conditions and very simple in its functionality. Before you can use the EA, you must enter one of the two serial numbers you would have received with the EA package. The EA will not function unless an authorized serial number is entered into the correct field in the Properties window. You are able to use the FlexiTrade on two devices, and I recommend that you reserve one of the serial numbers for use with a virtual private server. Note that you are unable to swap these serials with other PCs or devices. Once entered, the EA is locked to that machine. I suggest that as soon as you have entered the serial number and clicked OK, that you save the chart as a template. That way the serial number will be saved with the template and you won't be asked to re-enter each time you open a new chart. The EA allows you to trade both stop and limit orders, and a stop limit order mode switch is conveniently placed inside a drop-down menu at the top of the EA Properties window, so it is easy to see which mode is being used in any given trade. The Super T indicator has been incorporated into the EA in order to facilitate the setting of initial stop loss and the movement of a trailing stop. The trailing stop loss is, however, based on two parameters, the use of which depends on which of these parameters would bring the stop loss closer to price. Each of the take profit levels trigger the stop loss to move to the take profit level immediately preceding it, unless the Super T is closer, in which case the stop loss would move to that level on the close of the period. We'll take a look at how it works on a pre-recorded trade in just a moment. Take profit levels can be set to whatever level you want relative to risk. So in this example, I've set the four levels at 1 to 1, 1 to 2, 1 to 3 and 1 to 4 risk to reward respectively. The exit partial percent parameters allow traders to close positions of their initial position at whatever percentage they desire. In this case, I've chosen to close 25% of the position at each of the four take profit levels. However, you could choose to close portions in whatever configuration suits you, provided the total equals 100%. The Super T settings allow you to alter the ATR calculating period and how close the indicator will trail current price. In this case, I'm using a 14-period average of a 14-period ATR, which is then multiplied by a factor of 1.5 to allow it some clearance above or below price. I suggest you leave these parameters at their defaults unless you're an experienced ATR user. In this example, I'm risking a maximum of 2% of my account on any single trade entry automatically calculated by the EA, with a minimum position size of 1 microlot. The ability to trail a stop loss dynamically according to the ATR is a very powerful money management tool. However, if you prefer to set the stop loss above recent swing highs or below recent swing lows and just use the take profit levels to trail the stop, simply change the use look back bars property to true and the EA will cease using the Super T. Flexibility is the key. Here the look back bars have been set to 5, which means that the parameter is set to true. The EA would look for a swing low or swing high depending on the trade direction within the previous 5 bars and set a stop loss 5 pips below or above this pivot, as long as the total stop loss distance from entry is more than 30 pips, which is the minimum in this example, but which once again may be reset to suit conditions or risk tolerance. In limit order mode, a minimum stop loss must be set separately here, as there is rarely a swing high or swing low existing to enable the EA to make its calculations. Okay, once set up to your satisfaction, click OK and the EA is ready to manage your entry, risk and reward. I've recorded a trade on the 4-hourly dollar CAD to demonstrate how the EA works. The FlexiTrade enters virtual pending orders, which means that instead of sending your order immediately to the broker, as would be the case if you were using MT4's order window, the order sits on your local platform until price triggers an entry. Once this occurs, you'll be entered at market, and this order is sent to the broker along with your stop loss and take profit OCOs. To set your order, simply use the MT4 horizontal line tool to draw a line at your desired entry level. Rename the line Entry, all lowercase, and click OK. Stop loss and take profit virtual orders are displayed on your chart. Because there is no upper super T line, in this case, the EA relies on a minimum stop loss setting to calculate the stop distance from entry, in this case 30 pips. Take profit levels are therefore placed at 30, 60, 90 and 120 pips respectively. 1 to 1, 1 to 2, 1 to 3 and 1 to 4 risk to reward as we set earlier in the EA properties. As soon as TP1 has been hit, the stop loss automatically moves to break even, and in this trade, a quarter of the position is closed. Once TP2 has been hit, another 25% of the position is closed and the stop moves to TP1. Not the Super T, because as you notice, the Super T is still behind the TP1 level. However, if price stalls at any stage, the Super T can move in front of the take profit level, and if that occurs, as it has done here, the stop loss will move to that level because now it is closer to current price. In the next video, we'll look at what happens if the look back bars parameter is set to true.